Hello everyone, Tom from EveryStepCalculus.com, EveryStepPhysics.com. With regard to a curl, there are two notating systems, one PQR and MNP. How they chose those letters, I have no idea in math, but that's the way it is. And some professors use one, or books use one, or some professors use the other. Sometimes they use the Cartesian accord system, which is I, J, and K also. So I'm going to do an MNP system right now and just throw in an arbitrary functions and show you. Index 8 to get to my menu. All right, we're going to go down here to curl somewhere. Here, curl. We'll go down to MNP. I'm going to just show you the definition of curl first. Curl is a vector with a magnitude, length, and direction. It represents the circulation, rotation, twist, or turning force per unit area of a field. Now that's the best definition I can come up with, because I ask that too a lot of times in calculus. What the heck is this? What are you talking about? You know. And even this, I hesitate to believe that it has any value other than just a mathematical nonsense that they throw around in calculus to do these problems. A vector field is a three-dimensional blob and many small vectors pointing in different directions together, forming a pattern of definite form. Curl equals twist divided by area. The curl of fxyz is equal to here's the MNP system, and here's the PQR system, defined within the Cartesian coordinates I, J, K. And if you're going to use the vector notation, you have these arrows on the side, M, N, P, and you have arrows on the PQR system. M, a functional XYZ in I direction, and a function XYZ in J direction, and P, a function XYZ in K direction. Or used also is PQR, etc. So now let's do just an example. We're going to choose number 2, MNP. And we're going to, you have to press alpha before you enter anything in these entry lines here. Alpha 2 times y squared times z. Alpha 5 times x times y times z. Now these functions here I'm just dreaming up, so, and it's probably going to go off the calculator, the answers, because the screen is so small. It doesn't go off the calculator screen on the TI92 Plus, but it does on the Titanium. And then I know that you're doing homework or experimenting, because anytime an equation goes off think of it, the rest of your class, it's scored by partial credit in the class curve. Who else in the class could solve a deep problem in calculus? So it will never be on a test, because it's just too hard. You would take too much time. Even if you could solve it, would take too much time, too much paperwork. There would be no time for the rest of the problems in the test. So, and I have to program for tests only because of the space of the Titanium for memory use and just sanity. There's 10 million derivations of calculus derivatives and integrals. So And each one of these I have to do on a piece of paper, every one of them, to find the correct step-by-step process. And once I get done with that, I say it's the best system for solving a problem. But it might not be the system that your professor uses on the blackboard. So you want to keep that in mind too. Here's the second one for the P. I'm going to put in, let's put in y cubed times z squared times x. Oh, I didn't press alpha first. So then we need to go back and change it. So alpha 2 times x squared times z. Alpha 3 times 5 times x times y squared. Alpha z cubed. Okay, now they seem to be correct there, so I'm going to say OK. Choose number 1. Here's the matrix system for solving the curl, and it's really a cross product system. I don't know who can remember this. I can't. I couldn't. That's the reason I programmed it. Why try to memorize something when you can actually program it and have it for the rest of your life? So here's the answers to what's going on with partials with respect to certain other partials. Oh, the answer turned out to be not too bad here. So now we can, let's compute it at a point. Choose number 3. Enter the points. Let's just enter some alpha 1, alpha minus 5, alpha 9. Again, I show you what you've entered. And you substitute, these would be parentheses in your paper. These quotation marks have to be done in the programming. I can't do anything different. And it's substituting 1 for any x, or minus 5 for any y, or 9 for any z in the answer here. Here's a y right here, minus 5, but you'd put parentheses around that because you're substituting. And the answer turns out to be 377. Pretty neat, huh? Hey, have a good one.